Season 6 of The Sopranos opens with something the show never does anywhere else. It explains a process. A voice describes what happens after death. Not heaven, not punishment, a sequence. 7 stages, a breakdown of identity, a movement away from the self. Most viewers hear it once and move on. That choice changes how the season feels. The speech isn't there for mood, it is instruction. By the end of this video, you will see how that opening tells you exactly what Tony experiences in his coma and why the final season never resolves. Season 6 begins quietly. Images drift, music wanders, a calm voice begins to speak. It sounds distorted but oddly familiar upon rewatching. Nothing about it feels urgent. The narration sounds detached, measured, almost procedural. That tone matters. David Chase opens the final season by stepping outside the story. He pauses the drama, he defines the rules. The show never did this before and doesn't do it again. Then the plot resumes, and the rules start working. Of the 7 stages described in the opening monologue, the first stage is separation. The self detaches from the body, identity splits. This is how Tony's coma begins. Tony Soprano does not drift into a deep, dark sleep, he disappears. In his place appears Kevin Finnerty, a man with no crew, no leverage, no criminal gravity. Tony's body survives, the identity that ran North Jersey does not follow him. This is not a dream device, it is a structural move. Before Tony faces anything, the show removes him from himself. The second stage is disorientation. Names lose force, roles stop working, direction fades. Kevin Finnerty does not know who he is. His name carries no authority, his job offers no protection, his money does nothing. He moves through liminal spaces, hallways, generic hotel rooms, lobbies, an oddly off-putting hotel lounge. These places never settle. Tony is not trapped, he's drifting. As opposed to the confusion existing for the viewer, it exists for the identity. The self remains, orientation does not. The third stage strips away social structure. Family, profession, hierarchy. None of these define the self anymore. In the coma, Tony's family feels distant. His children feel unreachable. His wife exists without emotional gravity. Most importantly, his criminal identity is gone. No violence follows him, no fear surrounds him, no one reacts to his presence. Tony without power is not Tony. But this is not punishment, it is removal. The process does not destroy identity, it empties it. The fourth stage brings exposure. Actions surface, consequences hover. No verdict arrives. There is no judge, no sentence, no explanation. In the coma, Tony feels unease and loss, but no one tells him why. The monks accuse. They do not clarify, they challenge. The space offers no answers. The show removes judgment from the process. Tony is not forgiven, Tony is not condemned. He has shown himself without commentary. That rule returns later. No verdict, no final answer. The fifth stage is the threshold. The self reaches a point of no return. Crossing it erases the former identity, there is no compromise. This moment becomes literal. Tony approaches the house. Light glows inside. His briefcase is taken. That briefcase matters. It carries his name, his history, his sense of self. Crossing that doorway means Tony does not return. Not improved, not redeemed, gone. This is erasure. The season begins aiming toward this moment, and the finale will echo it. The sixth stage is choice. The process completes, or it stops. There is no partial crossing. Tony refuses. He turns away. He clings to his name. He chooses survival. He wakes up. Many readings stop here. They treat waking as recovery. It is not. The seventh and final stage is outcome. Either reintegration occurs or the process completes. Tony does neither. He interrupts it. He returns alive but unchanged. More importantly, he returns incomplete. This is the hinge of the final season. The process expects resolution. Tony refuses it. After the coma, Tony continues living, but something is missing. He does not grow, he does not gain clarity, he does not change direction. He becomes more volatile, more detached, hollow. Therapy stalls, relationships decay, violence loses purpose. This season is not about healing, it is about failed reintegration. From this point forward, the season behaves differently. Scenes end abruptly, warnings fail, decisions lose weight. People speak, but meaning does not land. Information exists, guidance does not. This is consequence. The process was interrupted, so the system continues without resolution. By the time the final scene arrives, the rules are established. No judgment, no explanation, no final answer. The finale follows the same structure as the opening: separation, loss of certainty, withdrawal. The discomfort is intentional. The series does not end with closure. It ends where the process stopped. The opening of Season 6 explains how The Sopranos will end. It does so before the story even starts. The opening narration is not decoration, it is a blueprint. Tony enters the process. He refuses to complete it. He lives inside the consequences. Once you see that structure, the final season stops feeling unclear, it feels deliberate. The show does not explain itself at the end, because it already did. David Chase and Stanley Kubrick share many creative traits. They care less about answers and more about structure. They build systems first, then they let characters move inside them. Both refuse to comfort the audience. Both remove explanation at the moment it feels most deserved. They trust the work. They trust the viewer. They accept discomfort as part of meaning. That is why these stories stay alive. They do not close, they stop. It's a design that fascinates me. It rewards attention and punishes certainty. And it is why I keep returning to The Sopranos. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing for more breakdowns just like this.